Hey guys, it's Will. Hopefully you're having a great day today. So we traded Rigetti stock at market open, and you can see this email that happened here earlier this morning from D-Wave. I was interested to see that you could see there's this upcoming event in March for NVIDIA where they're having their NVIDIA GTC 2025, a quantum day to illuminate the future of quantum computing. NVIDIA being one of the big investors in a lot of the quantum computing space. You can see some of the companies that will be at this event. We got D-Wave, IONQ, you got Rigetti there as well, and Quantinium. These are some of the companies that we got to meet and talk to some of the executives at CES, but you see they're also at this event here. The reason I bring that up is because this morning we sold Rigetti stock right at market open, so you could see we sold right here. This is, let's see, where's market open? Right here. We sold at about $12 a share for about $400 profit. And then we bought back in right here. And since we bought back in, there hasn't been too much of any moves in Rigetti stock. But the thing about Rigetti and why we just got in again is because we could see this trend happen with the support and resistance. If we just back it up a little bit, there is a support and resistance happening here where it's bouncing between this $11.50 range and this $14 range. I really like that support. That's why we just got in and we're now patiently waiting. You can also see some of the recovery start to happen from some of the sell-off that we saw back here. Now, this is interesting. We also traded SoundHound AI this morning. We've had some long-term positions, but the reason I bring this stock up, I was talking with one of our friends here on the channel who is Gene Inger, and we were talking yesterday for about 2 hours about some of the innovations, and SoundHound came up. We were looking at after we looked at that, I had to go take a look. McDonald's was potentially signing an AI company to do their ordering at the drive-thru. As you could see, they had a deal with IBM, I believe, at some point. There you go. But they ended their AI voice ordering tech partnership with IBM, and then they planned to implement a new solution. And then after McDonald's ditched its AI ordering system with IBM, it looked to replace it by year's end. SoundHound is a possible contender. And then one of the companies that was potentially going to be another contender was SYNQ3. And then SoundHound announced the acquisition of that restaurant AI solution, which is interesting. So now SoundHound potentially could be working with McDonald's on that. There's also some other companies. When I was talking with Gene Inger yesterday, we went into, he's got the Inger letter. You should go check it out if you'd like to see some of the most cutting edge and very, very detailed and highly valuable daily briefings there. And potentially going to be working more with Gene Inger on some things. He is a pioneer in the financial news space and has some of the most quality information. And he was also telling me that there was a potential that that SoundHound company is going to be working with police force as well for some innovations. That it's such a small emerging market. But anyway, such cool stuff. That was our other trade this morning. Our portfolio, with all the combinations of also NVIDIA being up today, we're up about 6.5% on the portfolio. If you guys would like to watch me trade live at market open, it's that second link down below. Now, here's the thing. You clicked on this video to see Rigetti. Let's take a look at Rigetti stock. When we look at Rigetti, there's a few things that are going to play a role in their growth. And some of the things that we saw recently are Rigetti. I don't know if you guys saw this. You might have seen this, but Oxford announced that they were able to achieve teleportation. So they had two quantum computers, I think it's about 6 feet or 10 feet apart, and they were able to transfer data from one computer to the other, okay, through light. That's right, through light. And if you search just Oxford, I spelled that wrong, quantum, you'll kind of see some of the news that came out, but essentially they're making some extremely fast breakthroughs. And you could see Oxford researchers pull off quantum first with distributed gate teleportation. This is something that after all, scientists have been teleporting quantum states for years. You can see that. So it's not the first to achieve this teleportation. But at the same time, they're making breakthroughs in this model, and you have to put some attention to that. And the reason I bring that up and why it was just all over the headlines recently, that they're transferring data basically through light, is we could go over to Rigetti stock. We know they're on AWS. We know that they're on Amazon. And these quantum computer, you could buy a quantum computer. You want to order yours, you could go there. And it's so funny because I share these things about the company. Somebody just commented, Will, are you getting paid by these companies? No, I'm not. I'm just fascinated and also like to point out false information so you guys can get the right answers, but also find good information for you. And so in Rigetti's company, and you look at their partners, one of their partners here, Oxford Instruments. So when you have a quantum breakthrough at Oxford, and then you have Oxford Instruments here as a technology partner, you got NASA, MIT. So a lot of the big research centers are going to be partnered here with Rigetti. But you also got AWS, so you can use them through the cloud, Microsoft, StrangeWorks as well, and Zapata, which that AI company recently closed down. But the profitable side of this is how much usage are we going to see in AWS? How much usage are we going to see in Microsoft? So this is why we want to look at the market in kind of two steps, right? The first piece of the market is this market growing? And we see the quantum market growing. There's a lot of indication of growth. We got the Quantum Initiative bill, $2.7 billion stimulus that's expected to be passed here. And it's something that's getting reauthorized. So it was already passed at about 1.5 billion. Then you got the Stargate AI infrastructure, 500 billion. That's expected to put some money into some of these quantum companies. As SoftBank CEO is heavily involved in quantum, and also Microsoft, which is a big supporter there with OpenAI, that's part of that bill. They're big in the quantum space as well. So a little bit of speculation, but we could say they're definitely looking for big contracts to come in, more stimulus. You could see some of the companies that are set to benefit from this are IONQ and others. The other one that we have been hearing about is this DARPA potentially. Look ahead of DARPA decision about analyst stock. You can see, says the analyst about Rigetti stock. Essentially, there is a potential here. This is good news for investors that there could be a near-term catalyst approaching. DARPA, Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, a U.S. government agency that funds innovative technology research. Quantum benchmarking contract awards are anticipated in February. Okay, and then this analyst thinks that Rigetti is positioned to be one of the winners of this contract. It's a $300 million contract over 7 years, so it's not massive. We're not talking about huge stimulus, but that was one of the contracts that could play a key role in getting them into, let's say, research labs in the Department of Defense. As they start to make their way into government, that opens up a lot of doors. And as we know, there's other catalysts that we're seeing here that we're diving deep in to get on the channel. Make sure to subscribe. But on top of that, there's things that we probably don't know. And the reason I say that is because we have institutional investments in Rigetti. According to NASDAQ, go straight to the source. This is something a lot of people don't realize. They're still a small $2 or $3 billion market cap company, but they have BlackRock, they got Vanguard, State Street. These are the biggest institutions. JP Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs. We're not talking about small peanuts here. We're talking about billions of dollars being invested in this company from institutional investors, all totaling basically in the last month of 2024. Do they know something that we don't know? That's the question. I think that we all know that there's a lot of innovation happening. We've been covering it. Their optimization and the fidelity of their qubits and achieving close to, you see single qubits, 99%. That's tremendous. This means they're getting to ability of low, there's hardly any correction needed. They're getting very accurate. And the 2 qubit gates of 98.8%, that is the type of accuracy that you look for, the fidelity there, that will make a quantum computer be able to scale tremendously. Because single qubit is one thing. When you have 2 qubits, now you're getting to multi-qubits fidelity that is very good, and that starts to really compound and add scalability to these quantum computers. We'll see the usage, how much companies are using this through AWS, Microsoft, Rigetti is in AWS and in Microsoft, and you go to the cloud, you can tap into this quantum computer and use it if you have the data sets and if you have the problems. And I'm going to cover more quantum computer stocks definitely here in the near future. Rigetti is one of them that we're trading along with SoundHound today. If you'd like to stay up to date, make sure to subscribe. Stockmate, the second link below. If you get lifetime access, you get a free t-shirt when you join Stockmate. We traded live this morning. We've been having some profitable trades in the space and would love to have you there. Again, it's that second link down below. We go live every day at market open. We're in a small position here after selling for a nice profit at market open. And so we just have to play this with the dips in mind and hopefully take advantage of the short term while holding our long-term positions as well, which long-term looks very good. Short-term, expect volatility. So we'll see if opportunities present themselves at market open. If you want to be there, it's the second link down below. Hopefully I earned your thumbs up. Do consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.